And now, live in studio, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes.
Yes, here we are again another day committed to picking a fight with the mainstream media, always providing you the timely truth centered around real estate, credit, finance, estate, and tax planning. We're going to talk about bee removal today and magic here in studio as well. We have a call coming in as well from Juan Conchero. He's the president of On the Upwind Flying Club pilot meetup group as well, and he's going to be helping out down in the Bahamas. They're going to be teaming up with Captain Will Smith Aviation, to bring some much-needed supplies down to the Bahamas. So great show today lined up for you here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, and it's all about helping you understand more about your buying decisions, being that consumer advocate, and we want to engage with you, so please save our hotline number in your phone, 813-670-7372.
You used to call me on my cell phone.
That's our consumer advocate hotline, 813-670-7372. You can call or text that line with any comments or questions from the show. Also, bookmark our website, consumerqb.com. A plethora of information available for you on our website at consumerqb.com. Now, we got a Veterans and Heroes Real Estate Success Summit coming up on Thursday, September 12th. We want to invite you there. Check out eventbrite.com, facebook.com for more details. But we're going to have mortgage, real estate, insurance, credit experts there talking about a lot of the benefits that these veterans and first responders may not know that they have access to. We're teaming up with Captain Matt Bruce, attorney Joe Pippin as well. Going to be there for a great night. Catered food from Amici's Catered Cuisine, and it's going to be September 12th, 6 to 8:30 at the American Legion Post number 5, which is at 3810 West Kennedy Boulevard in Tampa. Catered food from Amici's Catered Cuisine. Veterans and Heroes Real Estate Success Summit coming up on Thursday the 12th. We want to see you there at that event. And as you know, I'm the owner of the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. We got a lot of listings here. This is a property, one of my favorites in a while, 861 Mandalay Avenue, Clearwater Beach, over only 200 steps, and you are on the sugar sand and water dolphin-filled waters of North Clearwater Beach. Great opportunity to own a property here, 2-bedroom, 2-bath on Clearwater Beach. And it's just a gorgeous home. And it's part of the best is that you are on that north side of the beach. It's very quiet on that end, and there's not much of the tourism towards that side of the island. It's a great opportunity if you are in the market. $719,000, great opportunity here in beautiful Tampa Bay. We also have another waterfront property at 5822 Schooner Way in Tampa. This is in that Bayport Town and Country area. You got a boat dock, pool, bay access, great opportunity here on a freshwater canal, waterfront 2-story home with a boat dock that leads out to the bay. 5822 Schooner Way in Tampa. Check out all of our real estate properties at platinummvpteam.com. And this segment is brought to you by the Bilmar Beach Resort, the official hotel partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show, the Bilmar Beach Resort on Gulf Boulevard in beautiful Treasure Island, Florida. I love going down there with my vacations. You got 2 pools on site, Sloppy Joe's Restaurant, the Sloppy Joe's Beach Bar, a huge beach as well. So many things to do, attractions for the kids. They've got the big blow-up water slides and all that fun stuff. Generous amenities that have been updated as well at the Bilmar Beach Resort. Give them a call. Don't book online. Book directly online. Don't book from one of those price-saving search engines that you find. You get the best price if you book directly with the Bilmar Beach Resort on Gulf Boulevard in beautiful Treasure Island, Florida. Longtime friend of the program. Talked to Clyde Smith. He's the general manager. All right, on the phones here, we got Juan Conchero. He's the president of On the Upwind Flying Club Pilot Meetup Group. Hey, Juan, are you there?
Hey, Brandon, I'm here.
All right, tell us what you got going on. You got a website set up, caringforthebahamas.com, and what are we looking for? How can we support?
You know, obviously we all saw the devastation that Dorian has left on the islands, the Bahamas, and on top of that, it's just sitting there on top of them. So they're getting decimated now, and you know we're just a local group of pilots that had fly for fun. And we're able to partner up with some amazing partners like Will Smith from Will Smith Aviation, who are helping get all the supplies out to the island once the island clears. So that's the big one. Captain Will Smith is going to be doing all the aviation logistics for On the Upwind. And so, it's all happening really quickly, Brandon. So, the phone started ringing, and it's been overwhelming, the response from the community and everybody wanting to help. I got pilots calling. I got people wanting, to have planes that want to fly. I got people wanting to donate, wanting to volunteer. So it's absolutely amazing.
Yeah, that's awesome that the community's coming together and helping out. So a lot of the challenge right now is the logistics, and we had talked briefly before the show, I think the island is mostly underwater. A lot of the runways are underwater.
Yeah, a lot of times you hear, like, we're going to be leaving now, we're going to leave tomorrow, and that's, unfortunately you can't. You can't leave tomorrow. We got to have runway assessments done, make sure that the runway is going to be available for landing. There's going to be tower support that's available. So you got to wait for the island to essentially open up. Now, you have government operations that'll be able to go in ahead of time, but the public, like ourselves, are going to have to just wait a little bit. So we got on that website that you mentioned, caringforthebahamas.com, we have those donation locations that are available that will be taken to the physical donations. There's also, if you want to donate monetarily, that's an option as well on the site. And, all of it's going to be there to try to help everybody in the Bahamas.
Yeah, location donations. Where do you know offhand where you want people dropping supplies off?
They're coming in. The locations are picking up. I know we got a couple of dealerships, car dealerships that are on there. And every time I turn around, our web team has updated the location. So the best information to give everybody is to go to the website and hit locations. Just to give the most up-to-date information.
Okay, yeah, and we got the supply list, because a lot of times people drop off stuff that's not actually needed or preferred, but you got new empty gas cans, flashlight, batteries, lanterns, safety equipment, gloves, goggles, harnesses, over-the-counter medications, basic Advil, Benadryl, all those types, Ziploc bags, Tupperware, mosquito nets, water filters, extension cords, duct tape and tarps, unused blankets, cleaning supplies, solar phone chargers, pet food.
Yeah, and baby supplies are a big one. The cleaning supplies, people forget about. The disinfectants, the bleach, to kind of help disinfect some of those ravaged areas. But the one of the things you were talking about, unneeded supplies, and we did a lot of it for Hurricane Irma in the Keys. And we've gotten better since then because we took everything in. Everybody, the community came out in support. And we really didn't have a list at that time. It was just everybody brought everything. And as we were sorting through all the stuff, like we pulled out a fur coat. And so as much as you appreciate the help, a fur coat for the people in Key West wasn't really kind of needed. It kind of took away from being able to do other things. So we kind of locked it down really with what the supplies. Water is always a big one. Everybody wants to donate water, but it's heavy and bulky. Right, so water filtration, personal water filtration devices are a little bit better, but undoubtedly, if you don't say water, people will bring water. But if you do, promote water, that's all you'll get. So We're really trying to promote the other supplies that'll be available that are a lot easier to transport.
Yeah. Well, we're talking with Juan Conchero, president of On the Upwind Flying Club Pilot Meetup Group. The website is caringforthebahamas.com. Try to help out if you can monetarily, being precise with the donations that they're asking for. And there's several different pickup locations. So Captain Will Smith Aviation, longtime friend of the program, he's heading up the logistics side. So what else, Juan? What do we need to know?
Really, keep an eye on the news. Keep an eye out on the website. We're definitely getting overwhelmed with messages of support, and so that's helping. So it might take us just a little bit to get back to everybody. A lot of the volunteers also have full-time jobs, so they're trying to mix that in with being able to help as well. I will tell you, we're both in the real estate community as well, and the real estate community has come out in full force. Your company as well, your team, and Keller Williams as well has really kind of stepped up to help out with locations on the East Coast as well. So that's another thing. We were looking for contacts on the East Coast to be able to stage, supplies that we can pick up and take to the Bahamas as well. And Keller Williams stepped up and got us contacts, and we got a hangar, and all kinds of logistics being worked out on the East Coast to get take that 45-minute flight to Freeport.
Well, very cool, man. We appreciate you stepping up, Juan, being a leader out there and doing the right thing, and that always we talk about that random act of kindness. So thanks for all you're doing, man. We appreciate you guys.
Well, thank you so much for helping get the word out, Brandon. We've been long-time friends as well, and I know that you do this on a regular basis, so I appreciate your support.
Hey, absolutely. All right, Juan, you guys be safe out there. We'll talk to you soon. And on the Upwind Flying Club Pilot Meetup Group, check out the website, caringforthebahamas.com. Captain Will Smith, of course, Will Smith Aviation as well. Juan Conchero and Will Smith doing a great job there. Bring the supplies. They're going to on the website, you'll find the supply list, and you'll see specifically what they need down in the Bahamas. So try to be as precise and concise as you can with that. caringforthebahamas.com. All right. So when we come back, more from our expert contributors here in studio. We got a great lineup for you here in studio. Connor Keller, Insect IQ, allfloridabeeremoval.com as well. We're going to talk about bats today on the Consumer Quarterback Show. And Cory Van Valin, Cory2V.com, our resident area magician and just an awesome entertainer. He's just a great entertainer at a lot of our parties and events. So stay with us right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
Hey, this is Grant Cardone, and you're listening to Consumer Quarterback Show, hosted by my friend Brandon Rhymes. Do not touch that dial. I'll come right through the radio and grab your throat.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com.
This is the Cannabis Podcast, powered by TrueLeaf on Radio Influence. It's an inside look and the scientific facts in and around the world of medical cannabis. Now, here is your host, Ian Beckles.
He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-670-7372.
All right, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. We appreciate it more than you know, and we want to be your #1 consumer advocate here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. It's all about helping you understand more about your buying decisions, helping you sort through a lot of the nonsense out there in the mainstream media, making you just a bit more street smart here. That's our #1 goal, to be your consumer advocate. And this segment is brought to you by the Lucky Dill Restaurant, the official restaurant partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show. The Lucky Dill. They've got a deli, New York City bar, Brooklyn bakery, catering, banquets, and much more. And they are home of the sandwich that ate Brooklyn. These sandwiches are huge. Very good food. Boy Scout Boulevard in Tampa. They're on US 19 in Palm Harbor. Online at luckydilldeli.com. Check them out. Let them know the Real Estate Quarterback sent you. Take them up on special offers and incentives just by mentioning that you're a fan of the Consumer Quarterback Show. And we got a hot property listing here in Tampa Bay. We got some beautiful opportunities for homeowners out there. 1400 Logano Court in Hudson. This is a property on the north side of Tampa Bay, up north in that Pasco County area. 1400 Logano Court in Hudson. Check out the beautiful aerial drone photography, compliments of Fabre Frameworks. 3-bedroom, 2-bath property with a fenced-in yard, and it's a newer home with a nice curb appeal. Got the American flag hanging, flying high there in the front yard. Great opportunity for real estate properties here in Tampa Bay. I want to talk to you about some vacant land that we've got. We've got some vacant land available on Boy Scout Road in Odessa. Boy Scout Road all the way down to the corner of Burrell Road. So it's 2 parcels of land, 10 acres total on Lake Jackson. So gorgeous estate-style home properties available. $2.498 million for both of those assets here. 18150 Burrell Road in Odessa, and also Boy Scout Boulevard as well, 18117 Boy Scout Road in Odessa. And I've also got a pocket listing right on the other side of the road that's also lakefront that has not hit the MLS yet. Check out all of our real estate properties at PlatinumMVPTeam.com.
Somewhere sunny and 75.
All right, in studio today, Connor Keller, Insect IQ. Welcome back in, sir.
Great, Brandon. I'm glad to be here. How are you?
Been a little while. Yeah.
It has.
Been on the road. I know you've been traveling.
Super busy. Yeah, it's just that time of year. Actually, bat season just opened back up 15th of August, so all day, sometimes all night, we're doing bat work this time of year.
I tell you, I had another friend of mine telling me about the advantages of having bats, especially where I live, where I'm positioned on the lake. And it seems like I've had a bloom of these lily pads floating in my backyard now. So there's a runoff from, I think, fertilizer coming from the communities to my east. So the whole back of my house is covered with these lily pads.
Are they dollar weed or lily pads? Are they small little circles?
They're
like
smaller.
pads?
They're lily pads, but they're bigger. They're not real small. But if you look at them, there's mosquitoes, midges, whatever you want to call it, all over those things.
Most of those dollar weed lily pads are in the same family, and they're all moisture related. So,
yeah.
And then mosquitoes are moisture related as well. So they all have to do with each other. Probably conditions that are present, which we already know about, that contribute to the mosquitoes. Bats are insectivores, so they're the perfect solution there. It's the difficult part is getting them to actually show up. They never come when you want them to.
Yeah.
They're always there when you really don't want them, and of course they can be quite destructive once they get in your structure.
Yeah, they are frustrating, but is it true what they say? You buy those little bat houses, the bats can eat, I forgot how many pounds or how many, those, I brought the picture up for you there, but yeah, so it's a nuisance, you get the mosquitoes,
definitely.
The midges, you got those things have been
That looks
blooming.
like a water lily or something
Water
like
lily?
that, but yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
so that's in the water itself.
Yeah, it's kind of growing all throughout that area
and
there.
Actually, your Aedes aegypti, the tiger mosquito, will lay their eggs right there on that water line. They know where that water line is going to go up and down.
Wow.
So I'd be curious, and I would bet we would find mosquito larvae or eggs attached to the stems of those plants in the water.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it.
And that's where we use larvicide to try to stem that. The larvicides keep the mosquito eggs from hatching into adults, which eliminates the source of the problem to begin with.
Right. So at Insect IQ, you got all types of pest management services. You also have your other website, All Florida Bee Removal, as well. So on the bats, so do they actually? Is it a good idea for homeowners to have bats in a little bird cage back there or bat cage?
It's very difficult to get them to actually show up in that house. Maybe they just need a good realtor. I don't know.
There we
Help
go.
them move into it. Yeah. But to get them to actually go there, you can put guano. It's against the law. They're actually federally protected. So to actually trap them and try to physically place them in the bat house is illegal. It's against the law. So what you try to do is you install it in a place that's attractive to them and get them to naturally show up there because it's a viable place to harbor or live. They naturally live in knotholes in trees and caves, nooks and trees, old squirrel nests, any harborage area, any void that they can actually fly up into, they'll nest. And the smaller, tighter opening, the better. They love construction flaws in houses, soffits, ridge vents, roof returns or gables. These are all very attractive areas and structures that bats will naturally inhabit and live in. And once they get in there, they start reproducing, and they've actually been reproducing all summer long. So the populations double, triple, quadruple, and then you'll continue to have problems. So even if those bats leave, they'll tend to come back next season to reproduce in those same areas.
Interesting. Yeah, that's very cool.
Tends to be a repeated problem if it's not done correctly.
So do you relocate them ever when you are working with those?
That's a great question. And actually, we evict the bats. So it starts with a thorough inspection. Actually, all our services start with a thorough inspection. That's very important. If you don't know what's going on, you don't know what to do about it.
Right.
Once we determine what type of bat is there, where they're located in the structure, we actually hang one-way doors or check valves over the entrances so the bats fly out at night, naturally feed and forage, but are unable to get back into the structure the next day. We'll leave them up for 7 to 10 days because not all bats leave every night. They may not be feeling well, whatever reason. They don't all leave every night, but if you leave them up for a week or two, for sure all bats are gone. Once you determine that all the population has left the structure, you take down the chutes, you seal up the remaining holes, and you also have to seal or exclude the entire structure because they'll just move over to the next construction flaw if you don't do that.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense, Connor. So we're talking with Connor Keller. Insect IQ is his company. And what else are you seeing? I mean, this time of year, it seems like things are blooming. It seems like it's that time of year.
It really never stopped. This has been a very busy year, to say the least. One last thing I'd like to say about bats is there's some health problems associated with them as well. So if you get them in your house or structure and you just forget about them or don't do anything about them, eventually that guano will start building up in those voids, whether it be your soffit, your attic, a wall, a ceiling. Once it accumulates in small spaces like this, a mold will grow in it, and that mold will produce a mold spore, and that can cause histoplasmosis. Basically, you get a fungus that grows in your lungs. It can be lethal.
Wow.
They're very destructive. The guano and urine can corrode or destroy a wall or ceiling. So it's not something you want to leave inside your house. They're great outside in a house or a bat house or naturally in the environment, but you really should do something about it when you get them in your house, and that's where a professional comes in.
Yeah, and all Florida bee removal. So you also work with honeybees in the area.
Sure.
And I stop at that Odessa market time to time. I told him, I said, yeah, my friend Connor comes and explain the situation, relocates the bees. Yeah,
so we opened up a rescue, a honeybee apiary at the Keystone Farmers Market on Tarpon Springs Road, and we're relocating everything we can there. Of course, we want to save the honeybee. Really, what it comes down to is whether they're Africanized or European, whether they have any parasites or disease. We want to weed that out of the feral population, so the bees that we are relocating are healthy, gentle European honeybees that are great producers of honey.
Yeah, and on your website, I love it. You got some good graphics on there: yellow jackets, wasp, hornets, Africanized honeybees, buzz killers, all Florida bee removal. Great website.
There's a ton of useful information there, and that's a statewide website. So anywhere in the state of Florida where you can hear our voice, you can go to that website. Great information on stinging insect removals. You can also request more information or even request an appointment for a free inspection and estimate.
Yeah, and what are some of the other consumer advocate tips when it comes to this type of an idea? I think with your company also you have a package plan that we signed up for
it's our
personally.
Bundle program.
Definitely. That's right.
So what we've done is taken our individual services, our residential and commercial pest management, our termite protection, animal services, and we've come up with a bundle package. So essentially by bundling those services together, you're going to save some money up front and then save money every year by keeping those services together. The biggest benefit is the low monthly bill. So you pay one bill and you get everything instead of trying to figure out who's doing my lawn, who's doing my pest control, who's doing my termite. It gets very confusing very fast.
Yeah. Now is with a high an area where I live in, it seems like it's just one day it could be lighter, the next day it seems like it's the way the wind's
Florida.
blowing from that lake.
Yeah, it's a subtropical environment.
Yeah.
With the mosquitoes specifically, living on a lake, that's kind of part of living on a lake. I mean, it's not like it's uncontrollable, but there really is no silver bullet to control mosquitoes. What we do is try to reduce their population and eliminate the areas they're harboring in around your house.
Right.
But they're always going to be attracted to that lake. That's their natural reproductive habitat. A lot of shade around your house, and these are all things that contribute to the mosquito population.
Yeah, it seems like they hang out. They spray a lot of times when the gentleman comes out. He sprays underneath the side of the leaves.
Correct.
On the bottom side.
Well, see, mosquitoes during the day, during the heat, they'll harbor in the shade, underneath the foliage, and underneath your soffit up next to your house. So those are the areas we're going to treat to eliminate those harborage areas, and there's simply no mosquitoes there to bite you at dusk and dawn.
Yeah. All
That's
right.
the whole idea.
Good stuff. We got Connor Keller in the house, Insect IQ, allfloridabeeremoval.com. Coming up, we got Cory Van Valin, Cory2v.com is his website. Great entertainer. He's going to, what are you going to do? You going to throw some jokes at us or some?
I got some jokes, got some tricks, and
Nice.
teach a little stuff that I've learned.
All right, awesome. Cory's in the house here. Also, our feel-good story of the day, Wichita family thanks officer for act of kindness. Right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
Hey, this is Jarek Robbins. You are listening to the Consumer Quarterback Show with Brandon Rhymes. Please do what it takes to learn all that you have to live the life you want to live it fully, and find a way to give it by paying it forward to others.
Get in touch with Brandon online at consumerqb.com.
This is the Cannabis Podcast, powered by True Leaf on Radio Influence. It's an inside look and the scientific facts in and around the world of medical cannabis. Now, here is your host, Ian Beckles.
He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. listening to the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
All right, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. Brandon Rhymes here, your host of the Consumer Quarterback Show, owner of the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. My wife and I own and operate a top team in the area with Keller Williams, and we're helping our sellers profit more on the sale of their real estate properties, featuring them on our national TV show. We got a hot property listing, 1645 Parker Boulevard in Odessa. This property just hit the market, and unfortunately the professional photography got delayed a little bit here, but this is a gorgeous home on the inside. I can't wait to be able to highlight this property on the show. 4 bedrooms, 3 bath, gorgeous opportunity. The community has a lake with access, so you have a boat dock, a boat ramp on site as well. 1645 Parker Boulevard in Odessa. Great opportunity here in beautiful Tampa Bay. Right at $500,000 is the list price for this home, and it's a gated community as well. Great opportunity here in beautiful Tampa Bay. And I got a duplex in St. Petersburg, 2703 63rd Terrace. This property, it's a perfect opportunity for that investor. Live in one side, rent the other out, maybe get your real estate career started as an investor. But it's a price is very well here. Got a spacious lanai, 2703 63rd Terrace in St. Petersburg. A couple of hot property listings. PlatinumMVPTeam.com is where you can see all of our properties at PlatinumMVPTeam.com. And this segment is brought to you by Replenish IV Solutions, the science of nutritional balance. And Replenish IV Solutions, they're going to hook you up with IV therapy. It's directly into your bloodstream. You got vitamins and minerals, all types of good stuff going directly into your bloodstream, helping you stay healthy and avoid all those flus and all those other viruses out there. IV therapy, wellness, stem cell therapy as well. They got an office in South Tampa, also the Carrollwood area as well. Say hello to Steve and Lisa Gunnan at Replenish IV Solutions. All right, back here in studio, Connor Keller's in the house, Insect IQ, and allfloridabeeremoval.com. Cory Van Valin, our local area expert contributor here on the show, magician, comedian, he's an entertainer, Cory2v.com. Welcome in, sir.
Oh, it's a pleasure being here, Brandon.
Yeah, man. Good stuff. You've been on the road? You've been kind of Tampa area?
I just got back from Vegas.
Nice.
And so the thing I was out in Vegas for was a magic convention. So imagine the best magicians from each city, from each state, from each country in the world, all at one hotel.
That's cool.
And, in the beginning of my career, the way I got good was, YouTube, learning the fundamentals. Then I got better through trial and error. But now my next level is meeting the other top dogs.
Yeah.
There's nothing that beats having a conversation with someone that speaks the same language.
Yeah.
So just got back from Vegas. And, what was neat about it was the first year in, out of 3 years, the first year, I felt like a new kid at school. Mm-hmm. Where everywhere I go as a magician, I feel very special, unique. I could break that ice amongst everyone. But when I was at a convention full of magicians, I didn't really stand out. And so I felt like a new kid at school, but slowly but surely, just by saying hello to one person, making that one connection, it led to more and more connections.
Yeah.
Now this year, I had the confidence to go up to everyone. What up to David Copperfield?
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Just started a conversation, made some jokes with him. But, it kind of took that courage at first to just go up to anyone. And it was neat seeing people's first year there. You could see they're sitting all by themselves, kind of quiet, playing with their deck of cards. And I wanted to be that guy that I wanted for me. So I'd go up to them, say hello, make them feel comfortable, introduce them to more people. And I think the world could use a little bit more of that.
Absolutely. Yeah, many times you've been on the show, I said this was a great skill for realtors to learn. Yeah. Something to break that ice, to be more relatable. And anytime you can inject humor into conversation, especially if you're in sales, it's going to really help out a lot.
Yeah, it's a muscle, it's whether it's the pun muscles and, sometimes you might start off by saying a joke that doesn't make that much sense.
Yeah.
But then it just keeps getting better and better and better. It's one thing too is what I love about magic is that it brings people to the present moment. Or even laughter. It's that thing that makes people not worry about the future, not think about the past, but they're right there in the moment, and it really does a good stuff.
I love it. Yeah.
I did want to talk about a little bit with my service. For people that do have their parties and events, is I think people love the element of surprise. So what better way to surprise your guests at your party with some sort of entertainment?
Yeah.
And I think the best quirk to what I do is it makes the events memorable. They might have good food there, but they're going to have good food elsewhere. If they see magic, something that they've never seen ever in their lives in person, they're going to anchor that to your event. And I think that's what people always go for events. They want something memorable, something that people talk about later on.
Yeah, getting one group talking to the other group and, making everybody, come together. Well, I want to ask you back to your Vegas story. By the way, we're talking with Cory Van Valin here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. I'm your host, Brandon Rhymes. From your Vegas, what was one of your key takeaways? Maybe a couple nuggets that you took?
The power of hello. I think every time I'm on the show, I always talk about how powerful one hello is.
Yeah.
And, you'll be surprised what that hello holds.
Yeah.
While being out there for that magic convention, having the courage to go up to someone and finding out there's some people out there that about that end up being cooler once you meet them.
Yeah.
Versus the opposite.
Right.
You think this person's so cool, then you meet them, and then they're not as cool.
Yeah.
But you'd be surprised what a hello holds,
Yeah, and it's one of those things too. I think even with real estate, they talk a lot about role playing. If you're going to be on the phone talking to a for sale by owner or talking to an expired, it's like role playing. Getting in the moment, getting into that position. It's like you can't get bigger from doing push-ups, right? You're reading about doing push-ups. You actually have to do the push-ups.
Yeah.
So you have to do the work, put the work in.
And the big thing is putting yourself at the right place. Where, let's say in my industry, if I were to go to dollar drink places, I'm probably not going to find someone that can afford what I do. But something I used to do is back when Blue Martini used to be over at Ozona Blue, or not Ozona Blue, over at International Mall.
International Mall, yeah.
It was pretty expensive drinks.
Yep.
And I'd buy the first drink.
Yep.
And throughout that duration of the drink, I'm meeting other people that are also paying that high-end drink.
Yeah.
And that's where I meet some high-end clients.
That's pretty cool.
So it is good to put yourself where your potential clients are going to be at.
Power of proximity is what Tony Robbins calls it. Proximity is power, and that's why you pay to go to those different types of events. You pay to go to the seminars and kind of be in that networking type of an atmosphere. That makes a lot of sense. You got anything you want to show us here? We got a couple cameras set up for you here, so we got multiple views.
So we got Connor here.
Cory.
Connor, you've never seen my magic before.
No,
right?
I have not.
You're about to get magiced. That's my new word.
Magiced.
So have you ever seen good magic before?
Of course.
Because you're about to again.
All right.
So I want to get your autograph on one of these cards, and so we know it's your autograph, just put down your PIN number. Don't do that.
Your banking PIN number.
Yeah, social security number, all that fun stuff. Give your best autograph, nice and big.
Just sign it.
Yeah. Now this is a trick that I'm internationally known for.
Okay.
I got family in Canada.
Oh, there you go.
Grandma loves this trick. So we're gonna take Connor's Jack of Hearts.
Okay.
Make sure you guys see that. Now the Jack, we're gonna stick it somewhere weird. I'm gonna be sit. Actually, better yet, let's stick it underneath here for now, for the camera's sake. Do you remember my name?
Cory.
Magic Mike.
Oh.
Totally not. That guy's horrible at card tricks. My last name is Van Valin. Now, Connor, take this, and let's recap.
All right.
Recap.
Oh, recap the pen. I got you.
That's my favorite joke. Now, the two diamonds, make sure the camera sees it. It almost looks like it vanishes, right? But it comes back. It comes back as the Jack, your card.
Wow.
So that means underneath the sheet of paper, check it out. And that's got to be
Two of diamonds.
the two of diamonds and a souvenir, but not the
Nice.
striper. They're expensive.
Yeah. Very nice.
Yeah.
Very cool, man. That's a good one.
That's always fun too when I'm out and about, and I love when people recognize me. They're like, "Dude, I still have my card."
Yeah.
It's nice to give someone a token, so every time they see that card, they'll think of me.
Yeah, that's really cool. That's awesome, man.
And that kind of goes hand in hand with when I'm out and about and I meet hundreds of people, I hand out hundreds of business cards. And it's just like planting seeds, you know. You plant a seed, sometimes it doesn't sprout, but sometimes, months go by and next thing you know, you have a huge return from it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's putting yourself out there, rarely does gigs come knocking on my door. So it's just going out there and saying hello and all thatness.
So the ideal listener right now, we got a business audience listening, all types of folks in the real estate business, business leaders. We've had several different of the mayors on the show, so there's somewhat of a political presence on our show. Who would be an ideal client for you?
Especially when it comes to corporate Christmas parties where you want to give back to your employees.
Yep.
Anything that has to do with family and friends. Magic really breaks that ice, gets people laughing, gets people in good state.
Yeah.
and any venue owners, if you want to just, you have especially restaurants, if they have people waiting on food, what better way to wait for food than getting entertained?
Yeah. I could see that applying to some of the events that we've got coming up as well. Birthday parties, all types of business events. Very cool.
Yeah, and I can do kids parties. I like adults a little bit more, but I have something great for kids shows. And then also the stage shows. I don't have my next date at the moment.
Okay.
But I am planning on moving to a bigger venue with 1,000 seats.
Nice.
So
very cool.
I'll be here on the show talking about that.
Nice.
Maybe have some giveaway tickets for something on the radio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it. All right, good stuff. Cory2v.com. Check him out online. Cory, Cory, 2 as in the number 2, V for his last name.com. Cory2v.com. Cory Van Valin in the house. When we come back, more from Connor Keller as well, InsectIQ.com, and we're going to talk about our feel good story of the day. Every day we tell you something positive in our feel good story of the day. Wichita family thanks officer for act of kindness right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Stay with us. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this short timeout.
This is Warwick Dunn, and you're listening to the Real Estate Quarterback Show hosted by my man, Brandon Rhymes.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com.
Ian Beckles.
This is the Cannabis Podcast, powered by True Leaf on Radio Influence. It's an inside look and the scientific facts in and around the world of medical cannabis. Now, here is your host, Ian Beckles.
He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. Listening to the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-670-7372.
All right, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. We appreciate it more than you know. And I want to remind you about our Veterans and Heroes event coming up on Thursday, the 12th, 6 to 8:30, coming up over at the American Legion, post number 5, 3810 West Kennedy Boulevard in Southampton. It's a free event, catered food from Amici's Catered Cuisine. We're going to have all types of great speakers. Captain Matt Bruce, Attorney Joe Pippin. I'm going to be speaking, as well as our insurance and credit expert and mortgage partner as well, Diane Vance. to be speaking. Veterans and Heroes Real Estate Success Summit coming up. Check it out online at eventbrite.com. And we're back here in studio. Our goal is to help you win, help make you more street smart here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Connor Keller's in the house representing Insect IQ, and we also have Cory Van Valin here in studio. This segment is brought to you by Brothers Easy Moving, the official moving partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show. Brothers Easy Moving. And I can tell you from firsthand experience that they are a first-class organization. They do a great job, and they have a 4.6 rating on Google, one of the highest ratings in the Tampa Bay area, A rating on our Better Business Bureau, A rating on Angie's List, and a 4.5 on Yelp. So reach out to Brothers Easy Moving. Let them know the Real Estate Quarterback sent you. Take them up on special offers and incentives just by mentioning that you're a fan of the Consumer Quarterback Show. All right, every day we're going to tell you something positive in our feel-good story of the day.
Tell me something good.
Wichita family thanks officer for act of kindness. A police officer in Wichita is being praised for going above and beyond the call of duty. Jimmy Thompson posted on a photo on the Wichita police officer mowing the lawn of his elderly aunt. Thompson wanted to find the officer to express his gratitude. The police department determined that it was Officer Josh Lewis. Quote, "Thanks to everyone, we found out the name of the officer. Me and my cousin went on to patrol south and left him a thank you gift," Thompson wrote in an update. So there's a quick random act of kindness for you here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. All right, let's jump into our lightning round. We're going to get some top tips, nuggets of advice from you.
The lightning round.
I am so good at lightning rounds.
I majored in lightning.
All right, here we go. Connor Keller, Insect IQ.
Simply put, choose Insect IQ for your bat abatement needs and knock it out of the park. Little pun there with words. Bats. I'm trying to think of a good one. No, seriously, call us. We'll come out and do free inspections. I really do just want to help you out. You can reach us at 855-930-2847, or of course on our website, allfloridabeeremoval.com. Email us, call us, text us. We'll come out and take care of all of your pest needs.
Awesome. Good stuff. Cory Van Valin.
Oh, man. So when you're having a party, you don't just need a magician. You need the magician.
The magician.
And something, if it's going to make your events very memorable, give them something to talk about, see some stuff you've never seen before. And I guess a little piece of advice for anyone is always go out and say hello. You never know what a hello holds.
Yeah.
If you can make someone smile, that smile brings good things.
Yeah.
If you can offer a piece of advice for people, someone younger than you, someone you could teach, I think in turn you'll learn. And yeah.
There's something to be said about that. Even Tony Robbins, even the Chris Voss book I've been quoting a lot on the show, of just having a smile. When you're talking on the phone or talking to a person, you're actually 31% smarter when you are in a positive state. And it really starts with a smile. You start with that smile, and Tony Robbins calls it the happiness factor. If you're genuinely a happy person, you go around life happy. Your clients are going to see it. People want to do business with you. People are going to want to associate themselves with you. But if you're the opposite of that, think about it. They're going to avoid you. They don't want to hang out with Oscar the Grouch, somebody that's always complaining about things. So there is a happiness factor in life, and it's so simple. And you have more mental agility in the negotiation book that I talk a lot about with Chris Voss, Never Split the Difference. He talks about there's scientific proof that shows you are literally 31% smarter, and you have that much more mental agility. And the opposite of that is true as well. When you get upset and you lose your temper and you blow up at someone, you're actually filling your brain full of the not dopamines, but it's the other. I forgot the term for it. But you're making yourself slower and dumber at the same time.
Something I like to do on the way to gigs while driving. I'll be in my car by myself, jumping around out of emotion as if I just met the best connection.
Yeah.
And I get myself in that state. I think Tony Robbins likes to say there's a lot of emotion in motion.
Yeah.
So get your body moving around, have that smile, and you'll be radiating that energy.
That's right. Put yourself in that peak state, like he talks about, making your move, mentally going through that. And that's true, especially when you're in sales, because in sales, especially if you're on the phone, you get a no, you get some nice no's, and you get some really mean no's sometimes. And you get some don't call me back ever again type no's. But, the idea is that 9th or 10th one is going to be a yes. And that's, for salespeople, especially people that are starting off, I think that's one of the hardest things that keeps people from being successful, as a salesperson, man or woman.
Yeah, moving from rejection to rejection without a loss of enthusiasm.
That's right.
One thing I'll even say, I don't know how much time we have.
No, we're good. We got 5 minutes.
So something I notice is if I do a magic set at like an open mic night,
yep.
this magic that I know works, it gets people going. But at open mic night, sometimes I'll notice there's no reaction. But then I realize everyone in the audience is also people that are going to go on open mic night, and they're probably more worried about what they're thinking to say. So instead of taking it personally, thinking, "Oh, my jokes aren't funny," you got to remember your environment.
Yeah.
Even little kid magicians, I'll give them advice: be careful doing magic with little kids.
Yeah.
Because they might discourage you.
They might not get it.
They might not get it, and if you get discouraged in the beginning, you might never find out how beautiful it could have gone.
Yeah.
So just don't lose enthusiasm and keep going.
Well, you brought up a good point there, Cory, is when, a lot of times when people are negotiating too, it's also a key to understand that there's actually 4 conversations going on at one time when 2 people are talking, because the one person that's listening, they're absorbing some of that, depending on how good of an empathetic listener they are, but they're also formulating their response. So you actually have 4 conversations going on at once whenever it's 2 people speaking. So you got to be careful about how that plays out, and that's why they really say in sales too is to keep it simple. Simplicity sells, complexity repels. You really got to stay straight on point, straight on message, and have that as part of your game plan.
I love it. Yeah,
it's true. So let's talk a little bit about success, Connor. You're highly successful. You've been in the industry for a while. I know your ownership as well. We talked with the gentleman that was from the University of Florida. He's been on the show before. What's made you guys so successful in your business?
Well, I think the biggest secret, it's not a secret at all, is to love what you do, and you'll do what you love. I mean, it's just it's an age-old adage, but if you have to get up in the morning and you have to force yourself to go to work and get dressed and get out of bed, I don't even set an alarm anymore. I'm up at like 4:30 in the morning. My brain just turns on. I start thinking about work, what I have to do next. What's the other saying? Those who fail to plan to fail. And I think that's been the biggest secret to my success. Is I took the Franklin Covey time management course years and years ago, where you take the planner and you prioritize everything A, B, and C, and do all your A's first. And I still use that today because it keeps me on the path that I want to take, the direction I want to go in. Because otherwise, I'm just running around and not doing anything, not getting anything accomplished. What else motivates me? I mean, really, my family and being successful. In sales, there's no better reward than a yes. You work hard on it, and it gets to the point where you don't even try. You don't have to try anymore. You just build relationships with people, and they want to do business with you. Right. And the days of that hard close are gone. It's just unnecessary anymore.
Yeah, you get to that point. So a couple takeaways is the preparation, the love for the work, the preparation, the organization. I love the urgent, important, urgent, not important. You got to outline those. That's what we touch.
Self-improvement. I didn't touch on that, but
all the time.
You have to improve, because what's the saying? If you're not growing, you're dying. And I still have a lot of life.
Personal development.
So
man.
exactly.
Yeah.
So
that's actually one of the core human needs, according to Tony Robbins, is the ability to grow. If you're not growing, you're dying, and you're not challenging yourself. So people get bored, and then when they get bored, that's when you have they hate to go in. It's like the Sunday night to after the Sunday afternoon football game's on. The highest heart attack rate in the United States is that Monday morning, 7 to 9 o'clock in the morning. That's the highest percentage heart attack rate, because most people dread going to work. I got to start another work week. I dread this, and then their heart attacks them.
The people in my company who are there for the right reasons this morning, and the people who are just going and collecting a paycheck, because those are the people who are calling me saying, "Are we working tomorrow? Are we closed?" Right. That's the hurricane is 300 miles away or 200 miles away from us, not coming anywhere near us. So I was like, what can I do tomorrow to make another buck? And instead of, can I have tomorrow off? And that's probably the biggest difference to me.
Cory, throw us some nuggets, man. Same thing for you.
I love everything you guys have to say. And I think with what you're talking about, having a company, is having A-list team members. Right. Having someone that you can allocate certain tasks to while you focus on your passion.
That's right.
So for me, if I had someone that organized the gigs, or someone that edited videos, where I could do it in 4 hours, where they can do it better than me in 30 minutes. Right. All that time, if I could allocate certain things, having a strong team, I think, is super essentially.
Yeah. Your influences, like who's influencing you, the people that are bringing you down versus the people that are building you up, and people that you aspire to be like, associating more time with those types of people. It really is true, what they say, that you're the combination of the 5 people that, you've heard that 1,000 times. And it really is true. And you see that as you navigate this wonderful journey called life. You find those types of opportunities. And even if it's somebody that says, hey, I'm surrounded by knuckleheads, I'm in this area, I'm in that area, I can't get out of here. Well, you have access to YouTube, you have access to the internet, search, and then going back to what Connor mentioned, is personal development. There's always an opportunity to improve yourself every day. Wake up, read, control the bookends of your day is what they say. If you control that first 30 minutes of your day in the morning and that last 30 minutes before you go to bed, some positive reading, some positive reinforcement, that's going to help you be a more successful
What
person.
did Coach Willie Taggart always say? Have a good day if you want to. That's the biggest, that I say that to myself every day. I'm going to make today out what I want it to be.
That's a good one.
It's huge to me.
I don't think they had a good day on Saturday, though, did they?
No.
They lost. So did Bulls. The Bulls got, oh, man, that was a bad game. Hey, another great show. Connor, Keller, Insect IQ, thanks for coming in. Cory, Valin, thanks for coming in as well. Thanks to all of our listeners, our viewers out there. Follow us online at Brandon Rhymes 1 on Instagram and Twitter. Check out our show on Apple TV, Amazon Fire TV, Roku, and about 85 other smart television outlets by searching Binge Networks. You can find us everywhere. And we'll see you next time right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Please go out there and consider committing a random act of kindness. We'll see you next time.
You've been listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. Whether it's real estate, consumer, or financial advice, let Brandon call your next play. Contact Brandon Rhymes at 813-670-7372. That's 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com. And join us next time for The Consumer Quarterback Show. Weekday afternoons at 5 on AM 1380.
Are you a real estate agent looking to take your business to the next level and supercharge your marketing? Hi, I'm Brandon Rhymes, owner of Platinum MVP Realty and host of the Real Estate Quarterback Show, syndicated radio and TV show talk program on iHeartRadio, 1025 The Bone, daily 5 o'clock drive time on 1380 The Biz, and our TV show is on WeBeam TV. We're looking for real estate agents that want to join our team and supercharge their marketing utilizing some of our innovative strategies. We utilize the Real Geeks platform, Facebook marketing, internet marketing, and a lot of the traditional methods as well. Postcard mailers mailed for you, postage, signage, business cards, all paid for by the company. Aggressive real estate splits and ways to help you win in any marketplace. We need you to go out, take applications, and work our plethora of leads that we're generating on a daily basis. Reach out by clicking the form below, and we'd love to have a confidential interview with you.